All right, so, we're diving into this whole Middle East situation. Like, everybody's kind of got their eyes on it right now.
Right, yeah.
It's really tense.
Yeah.
And we want to zero in on Hezbollah in particular.
Yeah.
Because your research has been, you've really been digging into this.
It's fascinating, isn't it? I gotta say, that Trending Talk Now episode, the one you sent over.
Yeah.
Wild.
Really interesting.
Balkard al-Hassan, right? Hezbollah is like, what, their personal piggy bank, basically.
Essentially, yeah. They're the financial arm.
And they're just like everywhere in Lebanon.
Yeah, they have branches all over.
That just seems so wild to me, that level of like integration.
It really does make you think about...
it makes you nervous.
Yeah, the security implications, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's not what you'd expect.
No.
You think of these militant groups as being sort of, shadowy and in the background.
Little shadows, right?
Right, but this is very much out in the open. And then Israel's going after them, right? Airstrikes, ground operations, the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they're hitting those branches, like, directly.
Yeah, and that seems very deliberate to me.
Right.
Like they are choosing to go after these financial networks. It's almost like they're saying, maybe cutting off the money will be more effective than just focusing on the military side.
Interesting.
Right.
It's a big gamble.
It is.
Especially with, like, everything else going on.
Oh, yeah.
Gaza is still a tinderbox.
Yeah, absolutely.
Casualties are just horrific.
Awful.
It's just awful. And of course, you've got the U.S. trying to,
Play mediator.
Yeah, but they're also sending in more firepower, so.
It's a tough line to walk, isn't it? Trying to, like, calm everyone down while also saying, we got your back to Israel. It's,
And then you've got...
it's just tricky.
Sinwar.
Yeah.
The Hamas leader, he's dead, right?
Right.
Does that change things?
That's the big question, isn't it? The guy was a force in Hamas, right?
He was.
So what happens now? Power struggle. Does someone else step in? Does it open the door for, outside influence? We don't know yet.
We don't know.
It's a huge question mark. Yeah. Got to keep an eye on that.
And it all just highlights how, like, intertwined this whole region is.
Oh, absolutely.
Iran's back in Hezbollah, but they're also a huge player in the Palestinian issue.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Any escalation anywhere could bring all these players in.
Yeah.
Suddenly, it's not just about, Lebanon or Gaza. It's a regional conflict, and that's what the U.S. is trying so hard to avoid.
Right. Like Iran joins the party.
Exactly.
And then it's like, game over.
It could be, yeah. It could get a lot bigger very quickly.
So, I don't know. More questions than answers, I feel like.
Always the case.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's eye-opening, this whole thing with Hezbollah and their financial wing and just the web of it all.
It reminds you that this is real,
It is.
This isn't some game or something. Like this is people's lives on the line.
And I think that's what gets me, with Al-Qard al-Hassan being a target.
Mm-hmm.
They're just out there in the open part of everyday life, and now they're being hit.
Yeah.
Just really drives home the human cost of it all,
Absolutely.
And it makes you wonder what happens next for that whole region. It's just so uncertain.
It is a crossroads, for sure.
Yeah.
Big decisions to be made.
Absolutely.
Hopefully they make the right ones.
Let's hope.